Hey romance readers, happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great day today. It's the last day of December. I was planning on having all my video posted before today. Yeah, but it didn't work out. I was planning on posting Saturday. It didn't work out. Sunday, that didn't work out. Now I got to come here and try to get 2 videos posted today. So let's get started. The first video I'm doing is going to be my reader's update or December wrap up. I got quite a few books here. I'm going to try to explain some of them. I'm not good at explaining books, so just bear with me. And hopefully we can get through all of these without me stumbling over myself. So first up I have Flash of Fury by Leah Griffith. Endgame Ops series, and this is book 1. And this is my first time reading any books by Leah Griffith. And I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. It's a romantic suspense. It was on Kingston McNally and Allie Redding. Kingston is like, he used to be in the military. Now he works for a company that get tasked out by the government or have or contract his company to do stuff that, you know, the government don't want nobody to know about. And it all begins with him and his crew. They're on a mission and something happens, it goes wrong on that mission, and a bunch of his guys get killed. So now he's trying to find out who set him up or who set his crew up. And that's how he meets Allie on a plane. The planes get hijacked, and he was looking for Allie anyway because he got some kind of somebody gave him some information saying that Allie might be working with the people that he's looking for. So that's why he's looking for her. And the plane get hijacked, and so he helps Allie, him and Allie escape, and now they're on the run. What I like about this, they just looked like they kept doing the same scenario over. Like they would find a hiding place, they would talk and, you know, do other stuff, and then these people would show up and start shooting at them. Then they would go to another place and the same thing would happen again. It was too much of that going on for me. But the story was a fast read. I don't think I'll be going on with this series. It didn't capture my interest enough for me to want to like continue reading this series. But I'll give it 3.5 stars. And that's Endgame Ops. It's an Endgame Ops series. This was book 1. And it's Flash of Fury by Leah Griffith. I give it 3.5 stars. Next, I have a historical by Sarah MacLean. This is my first time reading Sarah MacLean. And this was Wicked and the Wallflower. And this is a Bareknuckle Bastard book. Series. And this is book 1. And this is going to be on 3 guys and 1 girl. And the 3 guys are all half brothers. And they were all born. This book right here, I don't even know if I can even try to explain this, because this book had a lot going on in it. Sometimes I was even confused because it's 4. I think she gonna do 4 books in this series. I guess it's gonna be 3 on the 3 brothers, and then 1 on the, I don't want to call her the female in here their sister, because like I said, it's a lot going on. Because the 3 boys, they're bastards. That's why it's called Bareknuckle Bastards. And their father is a duke. The duke was married. And his wife had a baby, but the baby is not his. So that's the little girl. So I don't know how she ends up with them, because after the duke his wife doesn't produce a male, he go and find the 3 boys that he had on the outside, and he bring them to stay with them. And so he brings them all up together. And then something happened between them, that one of the guys does something between the other 3, and they break up into 3. 2 of the guys and the girl run away and leave the other guy behind, and he becomes the duke. Because like I said, the 3, I don't know if I mentioned, but the 3, all of them was born on the same day. Yeah. So they all were born on the same day. And it's a lot going on. I can't even explain all this going on. But I'm going to give this book 3.5 stars because I couldn't get into the female character. I don't know. She just did not rub me the right way. And then some of the stuff that was going on in here, I was like, really? That don't make any sense. What I didn't like about it is that Devil meets Felicity at this party that their brother, the Duke, is giving, trying to meet a female to get married, because he said, but he's only doing it to bring them out of the woodwork. So, and that's where Devil meets Felicity. So, because he came there to stop his brother, saying he gonna stop his brother from getting married, because he talked to his brother while he there, because he said, you know, we had a pact, you know, you ain't supposed to be getting married. So me and his brother, what he call his brother, they call the other brother, they call him the Beast. So you got the Duke, Devil, and the Beast. I don't know what the Duke name is. He probably had a nickname too. I don't know. But he come there and he talked. He said, you know, you're not supposed to get married. You know, we had a pact, you know, and you know you're not supposed to get married. And then that's when the Duke asks about their sister, where she's not really their sister, because I think he's in love with her when they were little, and he really liked her or whatever. So, but Devil won't tell him any information on their sister. Well, the girl. And that's where Devil meets Felicity at this party too. And Felicity hoping that, you know, she can catch the Duke attention, because she used to be in the running with the in crowd of the you know, all the people, whatever. She used to be like in with the in crowd, but now she's like on the outskirts. For some reason, she's got pushed out of society, and now she's trying to get back in. That's what I understand. They never did really explain why she got kicked out of society. There was some reason, but no one really explained it. But it's just a lot going on in here. And also Felicity knows how to pick lock. They never explain how did she learn how to pick locks. And then the other part about her wanting to marry the Duke, Devil, in another scene, Devil and Felicity are discussing stuff, and he said, well, I can help you with the Duke, you know, to get his attention, and I was like, why are you trying to help her get the Duke attention if you don't want him to get married? That's what I didn't understand about the whole situation. This book had a lot going on. But I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, because I wanted to find out what was going to happen. It was a fast read. I did make it through it, but there was a lot going on. I was like, some of this stuff, I was like, really? Y'all doing too much. But that's Sarah MacLean, Wicked and the Wallflower, Bareknuckle Bastard, Book 1 in the series. And like I said, the writing was fast paced. I got through the writing. I didn't get bored with it. I didn't want to put it down. I wanted to find out what was happening, but it was just a lot going on. I was like, y'all got too much going on up in here. And I'm like, why are you trying to help her marry the Duke? And then you go back and tell your other brother that you're going to put a stop to it, but you're trying to help her. I didn't get it. I was confused. Did anybody read this and got confused over that whole situation that didn't quite make sense? It was too much. But I'm going to go and read the second one, because I want to read about Beast. And this is going to be on Beast. This is Brazen and the Beast, Bareknuckle Bastard, Book 2. So I will be getting Book 2. It says coming out in 2019, so I will be looking out for this, because I do want to read the second book. But this one right here, I'm just going to give it 3.5 stars. Yeah. Tell me what you thought about Wicked and the Wallflower. If any of you read it, let me know what you thought about it. Next, I have Tessa there. This is another historical, The Governess Gang, Girl Meets Duke. And this is going to be on, I don't know how many, a couple of friends, Alexandria and her friends. The first book was The Duchess Deal. And like I said, The Duchess Deal, that was the first book. And this is the second book, The Governess Gang. And this is on Alexandra Mountbatten and Chase Reynard, who's a Duke, of course. And I couldn't get into these two characters either. Both of these characters was like, especially the male characters was like, I was like, really? Because sometimes he was acting like a child. I was like, really? That's what messed me up about this book. But this was a fast read too. And Alexandra, she's a working woman in the I guess this is set in the 1800s. It didn't say a date on. Let me see, did they have a date in here when this was set? No, I don't think so. No, it don't have a date or anything. But I guess you can say it was the I'm gonna say it was the 1800s. And she's a, you know, you don't have females, too many working class female back then, but she's one of them, and she go around and fix clocks. She work on clocks. She set the time on. She go around and set the time on clocks. So and she's already met Chase already. They met in a library in the first book, The Duchess Deal. She bumped into him in not the library, but a bookstore, and ever since then she's had a crush on him. And she haven't seen him since then, but she happened to go to this house one day and knock on the door, and Chase opened the door, and she realizes it's the guy that she bumped into in the books that she's had a crush on all this time. And he mistakes her for the governess because he has two little girls that he's going to be their guardian from now on. And the girl have been running off governesses. So he thinks, because the last governess done ran off, so he thinks that Alexandra is the new governess. She explained to him she's not a governess, but after they talk and stuff, he realized that, yeah, I want you to be their governess. And he tried to get her to be, and she was like, no. So she ended up running out of the house, and something happens, and she ends up coming back and saying, okay, that I'll be their governess. And it goes from there. But like I said, Chase was working my nerves on some of the stuff he was doing. But to start, like, it's another quick read. I flew right through it, so I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. And this is Tessa Dara, The Governess Gang, Girl Meets Duke, book number 2. And next I have Beyond Compare by Candace Camp, and this is the Moreland. This is also a series, the Mad Moreland series, and this is book 2, and this is on Kira Moreland and Ralph McIntyre. And this one is kind of like a historical romantic suspense because Ralph, he's from America, and he meets Kira because his friend, his business partner, or the guy who used to be his business partner, because they've sold the business now, and his friend is marrying Kira's sister, and that's how he comes to England and meets Kira, and they hit it off. But then Ralph is outside the manor house, I guess, smoking a cigarette one day, and it's late at night, and he sees these two men, or this man walking up the drive, and another man come from out of nowhere, and they get to fighting and scuffling, and one of the guys get killed, and Ralph run over there and look like the man is saying Kira's name. So it goes from there, them trying to figure out why this man was saying Kira's name, and he discovers some kind of box on him, and they try to find out what this box is for, and it goes from there. Cause I was like, is this supposed to be a romance, or is this gonna be a murder mystery? So it was more murder mystery, them trying to find out what was going on, than a romance. But I flew right through this one too. It was a quick read, but I'm only going to give it 3.5 stars, and that's Beyond Compare by Candace Camp, and this is book 2 in the Mad Moreland series. Next, I have another book by Candace Camp, and this is The Marriage Wager. And this is also going to be a series. This is the Matchmaker series, and this was book 1. And what threw me off about this, because this is supposed to be on Constance Woodley and Dominic Layton, or Lighton. And what threw me off when I was reading it, it started out with some totally different characters, and I was like, what is going on? But that's why I call The Marriage Wager, because when it starts off, it's on the lady, what his name is. It's going to be Dominic's sister. It starts off with Dominic's sister talking to her friends and talking to a duke, and her and this duke make a bet that she can't take one of the females from this season. You know how they always have a season where all the new females, all the young women come out trying to find a husband, that she can't take one of these girls and find her a husband before the season over. And it all start with a bet. And that what threw me off right there. I was like, who are these people? But that's how it started. And then you finally meet Constance Woodley, because this is going to be the girl that the Duke chooses. He's going to choose Constance for Dominic's sister to try to find a husband for. And she going to try to, because Constance never had a coming out. She had to she had got proposed to, but she turned it down because her dad got sick and she wanted to take care of her dad, and she just never got to do her season. She just stayed at home and took care of her dad. Then her dad finally passed, and then she had to, you know, she don't get, when her dad passed, she don't get into the stuff, you know, it passed on to the male of the family. But she didn't have any brothers, so maybe an uncle or a cousin or something passed on to them, and so she had to move in with her cousin or uncle or whoever he was, and then she just became a companion to their daughters, and that's why she's at this party. She's really not there for herself. She's there with her cousins, the two she got the two girls, her cousins, and she's there with them, and the Duke happened to see her standing behind the two girls, and he tell Dominique's sister, okay, I want to pick her. If you can get her married, we'll have a bet. I bet you that you can't get her married before the season's over. So they all go from there, and it turns out that Constance fall in love with the matchmaker, brother, and it's all about them because Constance don't have any money, and Dominic, his family is on hard times, so they want him to marry heiress. So it all goes from there. But it was just a good read. It wasn't nothing fantastic or anything. And I did fly right through this one too. So I'll give this 3.5 stars. And this Candace Camp, The Marrying Wager. The Marriage Wager. I'm sorry. The Marriage Wager. And this is the Matchmaker series. And this was book 1. Next I read Mr. Control. This was from my Romance Reveal book box. I finished this. This was good. I'm also going to give this 3.5 stars too. And this was on, let me see where her name was. Melanie. I never did find out. I don't know what her last name was, but it was Melanie and Rise Thayer. And Rise, I'm sorry, my camera stopped. But Rise is a billionaire, and the way he meets Melanie, because Melanie's working in a restaurant, and she and the way he meets her is that his daughter runs away. His little girl, she hasn't talked. She only talked to him. His daughter doesn't talk to a lot of people. She just very quiet, and she don't talk to a lot of people. And she ends up running away, and she runs into Melanie, because Melanie is in a bank somewhere, and this little girl comes up out of nowhere, and Melanie, you know, like, where you come from? And then the little girl name is Esme. She started talking to Melanie, and Melanie just take her back to the restaurant, and before long, the bodyguards, and they finally find a little girl, and that's when Ryan come into the restaurant and stuff, and then he realized that his daughter is talking to this stranger, and it goes from there because, you know, once he want to do everything for his daughter, and he see that his daughter really likes Melanie and stuff, so he come back to the restaurant one day, and he asked Melanie would she like to be his daughter's governess. I think it's her governess or whatever. And at first Melanie wanted to say no, but eventually she ends up going and staying with them and helping the little girl, and it goes from there. It's all about their relationship, and it's some twists going on in there too. But it wasn't nothing that I was like, when I finished it, I was like, wow, this book was great or whatever. It was good, and I'm just going to give it's another 3.5 stars for me. And this was Mr. Control, Maya, and this was by Maya Hughes, and this was from my review book box. 3.5 stars. Next, I have Counselor Undone by Lisa Ray. I gave this one a 4 star. This was on Michael Remington and Jordan Morgan. I really enjoyed this one. This one was very good, and this is on he's a lawyer and she's also a lawyer, and one night they meet at is it New Year? I think so. And costume ball party, because they all dressed up with masks and stuff, and he meets her because he mistake her for another woman dressed up in kind of like the same costume, and they end up talking and kissing or whatever, and then he want to continue the let's go somewhere private. And she was like, no, she don't even want to continue that. And then she leaves, but he tried to stop her or whatever, but she was like, no, this is not going anywhere. And then she ends up working at his firm, at the firm that he owns, because he owns the firm that she's going to end up working for. And they don't really recognize each other right away, but he kind of feel like do I know her or something. But I really enjoyed the story. I will read this again. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I highly recommend it. Try Counselor Undone by Lisa Rain. And I will be reading some other books by her. I've never read anything by her before. So check it out. Have any of you read this? Did you like it? Let me know. And I'm going to cut this off right now because my battery's going dead. And then I'll come back. Once I charge my battery, I'll come back and finish this up. And we'll wrap it up. And then I'll get this one posted. And I'll come back with another video. But for now, I'm going to cut it off right here. And I will be right back. See you in a few. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. My battery went dead. So I had to recharge my battery. But I'm back. What were we talking about? Before we were so rudely interrupted by the dying battery. I was on Counselor Undone. I gave this 4 stars. I highly recommend it. I really, really enjoyed it. I will be reading this again because it was a great story. Like I said earlier, it was on 2 lawyers, and I highly recommend it. I really, really enjoyed it. Next, I had on my TBR this little snippet here by Serenade and Megan Quinn. This also came in my romance reveal book box, and I read the little snippet. I really enjoyed it. I know I mentioned that if I really enjoyed it, I was going to purchase the book. I wanted to buy the actual book, but I was like, no, don't buy the actual book. Go on Amazon and see do they have it on Kindle Unlimited. So I went on Amazon. They didn't have it on Kindle Unlimited. They had, because it wasn't for free. It was $3.99. So I went ahead and bought it. And I really, really enjoyed this. Love, Sincerely Yours. I'll show it to you on my Kindle here. Let me bring that up. Get it up here. Let's see here. Here it is here. If you can see it here. Let's see, can we get some light shining here? There it is. I highly, highly recommend this. I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. This is with the female name is Peyton. I forgot what her last name is. And the male character, his name is Rome Blackburn. And I read the first half of this book was fan-freaking-tastic. It was so funny. I caught myself laughing out loud. And I really, really enjoyed it. I'm gonna put it like this. I would have gave this 4.5 stars. I hope you can see this. I would have gave this 4.5 stars, but the second half of it, it kind of let me down a little bit. Rome owned his own company. It's like I don't want to call it a sporting good company. It's like an outdoorsman kind of company where they they make outdoors equipment or sell outdoors, like if you're a mountain climber or anything dealing with the outdoors, camping, hunting, and all this stuff. He owns that kind of business. And Peyton, she works for his company, and she has a crush on him. Her friends go out and they celebrate her birthday, and she gets drunk, and one of her friends works in IT, and the club they're at, it just so happened that they see Rome in the club or in the bar, and everybody's hiding because they don't want him to see them in the bar, except for her, because she's looking at him because she got that crush on him and stuff, and she done got drunk anyway. And after he leaves, her friends start telling her, why you didn't hide? Why you didn't hide? I've got, they be talking about the boss or whatever. And she lets out that she has a crush on him. So when she does that, the girl in IT comes up with a fake username or email name, and then Peyton write him an email telling him how much she likes him and stuff. Like, oh, it was terrific. That first half of the book was terrific. The second half kind of let me down because after Rome and Peyton hooks up together, she's left the company and opened her own business. But and he does in the end hire her to do some of his campaigning, and they hook up. And I didn't like it because in the beginning you got to meet her friends, and she was talking to her friends and hanging out. You know, they were discussing him and stuff like that. But when she started actually going with him, she never did go back and tell her friend, you know, like, yeah, we finally hooked up or whatever. You never did go see her go back to her friends and, you know, just talk about stuff and hang out with her friends anymore. And I missed that part of it because I was like, really? You just not gonna say anything to your friend that you done start seeing this guy, start actually seeing him and talk to? Because he finally figured out who's sending these emails. Like I said, when she get drunk, they send an email to him and it goes from there because he was trying to figure out, you know, this is so unprofessional, getting this email from somebody in his company. So, yeah. And so, like I said, they hook up, and I just missed that she didn't talk to her girlfriend, her friends anymore, or discuss different stuff, or they could have thrown something in there where she discussed with her friend, like, yeah, we're going to actually start seeing this guy. And what else happened? And then, like I said, when she leaves, he hires her to do some of his because they coming out with a new women's wear. And he wanted some campaign. He wanted a campaign done up for that women's wear, and another company come out with the same kind of line as his, and he said that we got a spy in our company because they're giving all our ideas to this company, and it never did. At the end, it never did say who was this actually spy, because him and her have a falling out because somebody in his company accuses her of being the spy, and when she really wasn't. And so they have a little falling out about that, but they get back together. But at the end, they never did go back to who was actually the person giving away all this information. I just needed a little bit more from the ending. But overall, I gave it a 4-star because I really, really enjoyed the first part of the book. It just had me cracking up. The dialogue in here was perfect for him and her. I enjoyed the two main characters. Highly, highly recommend it, even though the ending kind of left me, wanting more from it. But, yeah, I didn't get it. I still highly recommend this, and I'll give this 4 stars. And this is Serenade and Megan Quinn, Love Sincerely Yours. I'm going to actually purchase the actual book because I will go back and read. Even though it didn't end it had a happy ending, but it didn't give me what I wanted, like more, like I said, more from her friends, and just a resolving of who's the actual person who's giving out information on that his product that he was trying to sell. I just needed more from that, but I highly recommend it. Serenades, Megan Quinn, Love Sincerely Yours. Really, really enjoyed it. 4-star read. And like I said, I will be purchasing the actual physical book. And so them are all the books that I read in December. I did get to actually finish my December my December TBR. I had some books left. I had Dangerous Waters left. I have Combust by Kay Bloomberg left. And this is by Tony Anderson. I'm also never finished Beth Carey. I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm not going to DNF it because I did start reading this. It just didn't catch my interest right away. So I'm just going to I'm not going to DNF it. I'm just going to put it to the side for now. And every time I get a chance, I'll go and read like 1 or 2 chapters to try to finish this. I'm not going to DNF it. I am going to finish this. What else I have? And I also had this left, The Billionaire Bull Rider by Kate Pierce. I'm just going to move these over to my January TBR. I will be doing my January TBR in January because I will be adding some more books to this. And I also had one more book that I didn't finish that was on my TBR. Let me show that to you. I had a ebook. If I can get over there, let me see here. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and it was the The Storm by R.J. Prescott. I didn't finish this either. I'm just going to do this just like I'm going to do Glimmer by Bev Carey. I'm just going to try. I'm not going to DNF it. I'm just going to try to read 1 or 2 chapters every night till I finish this book while I'm reading on something else that I can actually fly through. Because these two, The Storm and Glimmer, The Storm by R.J. Prescott and Glimmer by Bev Carey, yeah, these not ones that I can fly through because it's not grabbing my attention right away. But I'm just going to, like I said, read a few chapters out of each one of those till I finally complete the book. I'm not going to DNF them. And I did start reading Dangerous Water, so I'll have an update on that in January when I finish it. This is just going to be a January read. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to transfer all these books and just put them on my January TBR and add some more books. I'm going to come back in January and do a January TBR. So that's all I have on the books that I finished for December. And I'm also going to do a giveaway because since I didn't do a giveaway this December for Christmas, I think I did a couple of giveaways last December, but I didn't get to do one this December. So I'm just going to do a giveaway now. And the giveaway is going to be on all the books that that I read in December and November that I don't want to keep. Some of them are used, and I think I got one that I haven't read that came from my Romance Reveal book box that I didn't want to read. I'm going to give that away too. So let me get those here, and we'll just go back through these. And let me get the ones that I had from November over here. Now, I've already been over these. I'm giving away Candace Camp, The Marriage Wager. Candace Camp, Beyond Compare. Both of these are historicals. Tessa Dare, The Governess Game. Sarah MacLean, Wicked and the Wallflower. Flash of Fury by Leah Griffin. Mr. Control by Maya Hughes. Now, if you want any of them, let me know. And also, on this giveaway, I'm giving away Striking Distance by Pamela Clare. Elizabeth Holt, Duke of Desire. Maya Banks, Never Seduce a Scot. The Naked Truth by Quindlen. And Dirty Exes by Rachel Van Dyking. Now, I haven't read this. This will be a unread book. Brand new. I never cracked it open. I didn't read it. I read the synopsis and it didn't catch my interest, so I'm not going to keep it. So if you would like to have it, just let me know. All of these books right here I just went over. If you would like to have any of these, just let me know. My email address is in the description below. Only thing you have to do, you just have to be a subscriber. I need to be able to see your name in my subscriber list when you request the book. I'm just going to go and look at my subscriber list and see if your name is in there. If it's not, I will not be able to send you a book. Just list below one of your favorite reads for 2018. Let me know, and maybe I can go check it out. And you have to be 18 years or older, and you need to love reading romance books. That's all my stipulations to receive any of these books that I just mentioned in my little giveaway. I'll go over them again. Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks. Elizabeth Holt, Duke of Desire. Pamela Clare, Striking Distance. Flash of Fury, Leah Griffin. Wicked and the Wallflower, Sarah MacLean. Tessa Dare, The Governess Game. Candace Camp, Beyond Compare. Candace Camp, The Marriage Wager. Mr. Control by Maya Hughes. The Naked Truth by Quindlen. And Dirty Exes by Rachel Van Dyking. Now, if you would like to have any of these, just email me at my email address below and with your name and address, and I will send you the book, and you'll probably receive it sometime in January. That's all I have for now. Continue to enjoy your evening. Happy New Year's Eve. Bye.